Okay, today we're going to make a cake topper for my cousin's granddaughter. She sent me ideas of what she wants, and she wants a bow with her name. So we're going to go for this bow. And I'm just going to make this bigger right now just to make it easier to work with. Then we're going to go with our text. I've already picked my font. We're using the Dolly Script personal use. This is personal use before anyone says anything, because this is my cousin's granddaughter. Her name is Esme, so this is the name we're going for. So you can see this bow's got 2 layers, so this is our colour palette as well, actually. And I'm just going to get that in place, and then I'm going to size this to where it's a little smaller than what I want it, what I want the final. Because she's got a short name, I don't want to make it too small. But also it's a 6-inch cake, so we're going to, that looks okay. Okay, then we're going to make sure our text is highlighted, and we're going to pop into edit, and we're going to create an offset. Now my offset is going to be 0.056. I only want a really small, delicate offset. Maybe 6.9. We'll see if we like it. So then we've got one offset, and I'm just going to press it again because the offset is already highlighted and I want to offset that. So now we've got our 2 offsets of our original text, and that's that done. Now I'm going to click this and get this bow up, and I want the back light pink layer of the bow, so I'm going to click this layer. I'm going to press shift on my keyboard, and then I'm going to click the back, the last offset I made on the text, and I'm going to offset that again, but I literally want this to be a tiny offset. So I'm going to change that to 0.001. So it's literally just the tiniest of offsets, and I'm going to apply that. Now I'm going to go in and sort out my colours. So the name, I want to match the main bow colour. So the main colours will come up here, that's already in the image. The next layer, I want to be the darker pink of this part of the bow. This one, I want to be white. And then this final big offset that joins everything together, I want to be that outline pink. So, I mean, obviously around the white you may see a tiny bit, but around the pink you shouldn't see any. Now I'm going to size this. Now I need to double check what size she wants this, because it's a 6-inch cake. I usually do an inch smaller than the cake, but that is going to make it nearly 7.5 inches tall. So I did 4.5. That make it nearly 7 inches tall as well. I will check with her which size she wants, and then we're going to go through and make it. We're going to... Okay, now we're going to put together this cupcake topper. Not cupcake, it's a cake topper. Okay, we're going to start with this piece, because this actually sits at the back. So we've got our little glitter detail. grab some reverse tweezers to make holding this while gluing it a lot easier. This tiny little needle tip attachment on my Barely Arts glue. Yeah, I just dot my glue on because obviously the glue spreads as you place it, and I don't have time to be precise because it'll be drying as I'm putting it on. And if we get any glue seepage, we'll use our glue eraser to get rid of that. Once it's dried, don't try and do it when it's still wet. So that's all glued. This is really tiny and fiddly, and this is the wrong way up. It does help if you put it the right way up to start with. There we go. And we're just going to pop this on. Now, I didn't keep track of which bits actually needed glue and which bits didn't, so we're just going to run our finger across the back. Of the bits with the extra glue, and try and grab any excess as it comes out. I say don't worry too much about it because it will come off. Now we're going to build up this part. This is actually really simple to do. We are going to grab some foam strips and start placing them. You can use squares, you can use whatever you've got. I just like strips because you can cover a bigger area and bend them how you want them. If you don't spend forever pulling off little bits of like the backing off of all the little foam squares. As you see, one strip did all of that.
bit behind there. That should be enough. Oh no, that's not the bit I wanted to put it behind. I'll put it behind this bit. Put this down. I just do this to make sure it's all stuck before I start peeling off the backing, because nothing worse than starting to peel off the backing and the foam starts coming off. Now this topper I'm probably going to put together a bit different than you would expect if you make toppers, or you've watched lots of people make toppers, just because the way I've designed it is a bit different. I've noticed there's a little bit in there that hasn't popped out. Make sure there's no other bits there. Now for this bit, I'm just going to glue this straight on. I'm not putting foam behind it. I know people say you can't glue to glitter. Well, I don't say that, because you can glue to glitter if you've got the right glue. I have lots of glues. I have different favourites. So going on, I try out lots. I always go back to Burley Arts, which you can get on Amazon. So there we go. We have our name piece. We have our bow. Now, this is where things are a bit different. I'm going to attach my cake stick now. I'm going to attach it on this side, so the name should cover up a lot of. I'll double check what I'm doing here. This will be on there. This is on there. So I can see where I can put my cake stick. Behind there you won't see it. So on this side. So the part you would see, you won't see because it's behind the name. Dropped my second stick. Always attach my sticks with a glue gun. I use the Sizzix hot glue gun. I've had it a few years now, no issues with it. make sure that is in place. And then I'm trying to double, no I don't actually, I wasn't sure if I was going to need another supporting piece across the back, but I'm not. Now these are slightly thicker squares. Now will I actually get away with this? Check the thickness. Oh I will, that's right, I don't need the squares. I will need them in a minute, but I don't need them right now. And we're going to pop this up so that we can put our back piece on and you don't see the stick. Which is something I like to do because I hate it when you can see the stick on the back. It's only an extra little bit of card and some foam to hide it and make it look tidier. There we go. And make sure it's all down before we peel the backing off, which of course I didn't. Yeah, I just don't like it when you make a really nice topper and you can see the stick at the back. I mean, obviously if you're doing one that's just words, which I know a lot of people like, that's a bit more difficult to get lined up, etc. But if you're doing a thicker topper, definitely. Oh, it wasn't stuck down properly. It looks neater to have the stick covered up. Okay, so now we're going to line this up and pop it on the back. And just push that down. And we did that tiny little offset just to give us a little tiny bit of wiggle room. But you can't really see it. I decided to go with the pink that is the front on the back because when I did the glitter it didn't look right. When I took it off I looked at it and I thought that isn't right. Now here I am going to use squares because this is a lot higher because of the stick, and then obviously you've got the card there, so you need to allow for bigger. And I don't know where I do have a bit of strips, but this is quite a small area, so foam squares will work. Just to hold it all together. Now, I like to pop a little bit of glue. I learnt this off of somebody on YouTube. I think it was a card maker. On top, just because I need to get this lined up correctly, and it gives me, if I don't push hard, I can still move it. It doesn't grip instantly, and gives it that little bit of wiggle room to get this all lined up nicely, and then push. And even then you can still wiggle it around a little bit, so obviously be careful you don't wiggle it around and then glue it in the wrong place because you've pushed too hard. Just clean up a little bit. And there we go, a simple yet effective cupcake topper. Nice and clean on the back. There's a tiny touch of glue there because this bit wants to flap. There we go, there's that little flatty bit fixed. And we have a cupcake topper for a very special little girl. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.